Hey guys, Dislater Magic here, and Wizards decided to ban nothing that anybody gives a crap about today on April 24th. This was a pre-scheduled ban announcement, and I swear to you, I don't think I've ever heard of them having a ban announcement like the week that a set comes out. That's a new thing to me, but something that the staff said indicates that it's not a new thing. I don't know. Actually, let's go to that, because I'm going to forget to come back to that. So, Aaron Forsyth tweeted out, the pre-Pro Tour ban and restricted announcement was instituted mostly for modern Pro Tours, where we expected changes there to outweigh impact of new sets. That wasn't even a sentence. That was so improper grammar. Oh my god, why does he even still have a Twitter account? Seriously. You wonder why broken cards and typos keep getting past Aaron Forsyth? Because he can't freaking read. That was a joke. I did not mean that seriously, although evidence could suggest the possibility of otherwise. Anyway, there is no such thing as a modern Pro Tour. They got rid of that quite a while ago, and they changed the ban interval. I just don't know what it was before, but like I said, I don't recall them having a ban interval of the week that a new set comes out. I totally don't remember that. I could be wrong, though. Who knows? I haven't been following, like, the banning scene for more than, like, a year and a half, so I don't know. It's not a particularly long interval. I'm sure somebody in the comment section will clear that right up. So apparently this, I swear, new day to new interval was planned for the modern Pro Tours, which aren't a thing and haven't been for months. So anyway, what he's saying is completely correct. This ban interval was never meant to be for Standard because Standard is about to change in like 4 days. So he's spot on there, but there's an overriding factor that kind of negates that. By the way, I replied with, so 2,000 competitive people nobody cares about, instead of 20 million people playing against toxic crap at FNM, you're an idiot. That was pretty much a response to, them saying the first time around, because they basically made the Standard decision like 5 or 6 weeks ago, and they knew that whatever decision they made then would carry over to now because, nothing changed. There were no new sets. There's no new deck set came about. In fact, they lost a deck, which actually is the reason they should have banned something, so I'm not saying he was right. But what he's saying was at least accurate. It was true. So, let's back up to the last banning. Their reason for not banning anything in Standard was, we know that 2 decks are hyper-oppressive, but there's a third deck that showed a little bit of promise at the last tournament, so we're going to give it a little while. It was Dynavolt Tower. Well, after that, Dynavolt Tower didn't win a damn thing, so I played against it. I thought it was horrific, but apparently it's not good enough to play against those other 2 popular decks. I would actually say it is good enough, it's just a bad matchup. In other words, it's as powerful as them, it just can't actually beat them. So, in my opinion, what they should have done with the Standard no-ban announcement is actually ban just the cat. I'd love to throw Aetherworks Marvel in there because it's so toxic, so annoying, and so broken, but I don't even think that's in, like, a terribly top-8ing deck. It's just toxic as crap. But the Felidar Cat combo, if they lost that, Red, White, Blue would be just fine. They would take out 4 cats and put in 4 negates, and take out 4 Sihilis and put in 4 more direct removal like burn spells, or like White Exile or something, Stasis Snare, whatever. Those decks would then run flawlessly. They just would win on turn 30 instead of turn 4. And they would win on turn 30 more consistently than they do right now if their combo gets stopped. So the decks would actually be better. You'd give your opponent more time, so maybe they could shut you down, but with that much card draw and that much control and removal, I doubt they would actually shut you down. At least not without Amonkhet cards, which will shut down the hell out of that deck. Now, the other thing is they know damn well Dynavolt Tower is going to be unplayable as soon as Amonkhet launches because of, like, that red X destroy X artifacts, and there's, like, 4 other cards that just utterly stop Dynavolt. One on turn 3 can just go get it from your library, your hand, and your graveyard and just remove it from game, so bye-bye. Energy decks can win without Dynavolt, but they lean pretty heavily on it, and there's all different kinds of versions of it, so, I can't say that universally, but without Dynavolt, that's kind of the key to the deck. Now, like I said, I'd love to see Aetherworks Marvel on there just because they made a mistake. They shouldn't have banned... Well, okay, I won't say they shouldn't have banned Emrakul. They can have Emrakul too. She's overpowered, but they should have banned at least instead Dynavolt Tower. Or not Dynavolt. Screw Dynavolt Tower. They shouldn't have banned that. I hate Dynavolt Tower, but it's not that bad. Aetherworks Marvel. They should have banned Aetherworks Marvel instead. Casting crap for free has always been broken historically. It was broken with the fuse cards. It was broken with Emrakul. It's broken now. It's almost like you should be able to pay for spells. Gitaxian Probe, they just banned that from Modern. You have to be able to pay for your spells. Welcome to Magic. You can't just sit there and chuck crap out for free. There is no more basic, important part of Magic than having to pay for your spells. And okay, cost reduce it with something that already costs a ton and is destructible. Okay, whatever. Like, that's whatever. You know, make all your artifact spells cost 1 less. Whatever. It's probably an enchantment. I could probably blow it up. But handpick something out of your deck for free and slap it onto the battlefield, and I can't even negate it because it's not a creature summoning spell. That's broken. Oh, and a double down for, you know, Eldrazi Titan time, because that broke it twice as much. So now let's follow this, though, because I want to make this very, very, very clear what the real problem is. So Aetherworks Marvel is broken. It costs a ridiculous amount of energy to activate it, which was the point. That was the balancing part. Also, it's not indestructible. Also, it's legendary, I think. So it's like, it has tons of balancing. It costs a fortune to get out. Okay, well, they made energy generation way the hell too easy. You can generate way too much energy. I mean, the last time I played against Aetherworks Marvel, he activated it about 6 out of 8 turns. That's a little much for free casting, okay? That's a little broken. This is coming right off the heels of Coco, which they themselves have admitted in an interview. Aaron Forsyth said, I never thought it would be more than a novelty card in sealed. We didn't expect people to play it in standard, let alone modern. Well, it's almost like getting 2 free on-tribe creatures with ETB effects might be a little broken. Just a little bit. Might be a little bit popular. Oh, Coco should have been banned in Modern too, by the way, but I've got a list of about 12 other cards, so that doesn't surprise anybody. Spoiler alert, they didn't ban a damn thing in Modern either. But I mean, Modern's so broken, like, whatever. Like, Standard is the one they screwed up more on. Like, if your muffler fell off, you're running on a spare tire and your back left and your brakes don't work, do you bother duct taping the mirror back on? No, probably not. They'd have to get rid of, like, Lantern Control, Living End, Affinity, Storm, all this other non-interactive solitaire crap, which actually Storm can turn into Burn a little bit. But just all the, like, Lantern Control needs to go. That is the most toxic deck I've ever seen in my entire life. It's the worst thing I have ever seen. It's worse than Cawblade. So not banning anything Modern, huge drastic mistake. Huge. They need to start chipping away at this crap one deck at a time. If they got rid of all the hyper-powerful unfair decks and the non-interactive boring decks, they could stream it, people would watch it, it would become more popular, they'd sell more Modern Masters, and there would be a much higher variety in Modern, which would leave the deck prices a lot lower, and just everything would be fixed. But they don't want to piss off the existing players and ruin all their investment money. Oh no, it's all about the players. Come on, it's all about Wizards. You guys want to make money? You want a healthy format? Fix it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Piss some people off. If they leave, they leave. Whatever. And then Modern would be fun, and it would attract twice as many people as the ones that left. But who cares? I care the most about Standard because that's what I play. So, yeah. So anyway, back on topic with Standard. Okay, so Aetherworks Marvel is broken because energy generation is too easy. Well, why is that? It's because people can play 3-color. That is the absolute root reason. Why can people play 3-color too much? Because R&D screwed up and let people play 3-color too easily. They made the color fixing too good, which makes 2-color decks too consistent, and honestly 3-color decks too possible. So if you're playing the best of the best energy generation and mixed colors and multiple mixed colors, yeah, you're going to generate way the hell too much energy, like way more than R&D ever thought you could. So then, yeah, just Aetherworks Marvel every single turn. So why did they make 3-color too good? It's because R&D can't do their jobs and they're a bunch of idiots. So there you go. I mean, what's the root of the problem? R&D. In fact, Aaron Forsyth also tweeted out because he felt the need to defend himself from the hundreds of pros and pissed off longtime players who have been tweeting them and listing, you know, Facebook comments and crap and Reddit. Now everybody's been just burning them at the stake over this no ban announcement. And he felt the need to defend himself because he's an arrogant dick and he wants to cover for the fact that he doesn't know how to do his job or read or write. We want to minimize the number of times we ban cards in Standard. That is factually true. They have stated that. In order to do that, we have to wait until after the Pro Tour. # Wizards of the Coast staff. Yeah, include them in it so that they don't fire you. I honestly hope he just, because they won't, I hope he just like dies of natural causes at some point in the near future. We're going to have to outlive Aaron Forsythe, okay? That's the only way we're going to get past his level of R&D quality. It is really sad that it's come to that point. If somebody worked for my company and was that bad at their job, I wouldn't just fire them, I'd sue them for damages. So I summed up the appropriate reply from anybody pretty nicely. Then stop printing overpowered crap. Pretty damn cut and dry and simple. If you want to minimize the number of times we ban cards in Standard, then stop printing overpowered unfair crap. It's not that hard. 1, get rid of free casting. And in fact, 2, let's give the perfect example. So you guys know I want free casting gone as a mechanic. Is there something similar they've eliminated from the game because they said it was too unfair and too unfriendly? It is protection from colors. You haven't seen protection from colors in the last couple sets for a damn good reason. They wrote a whole article about why they downgraded it from what they call an evergreen ability, which is like haste and first strike that you see in like every set. They've downgraded from that to a very, very infrequent ability. Now, the reasoning behind that, in the article, I believe they referenced, cards like Boil. Boil is a 4-cost red spell that says destroy all islands. Just straight up, if your opponent is playing blue, flip them the bird, they just lost. They said they didn't want this, Miscutter Hydra, okay, pro blue. That was a nightmare of a card to play against, and the pro white dragon, Stormbreath or whatever, was a catastrophe. Those are 2 of the most hated cards in all of Standard, and this is when, like, Ugin was legal. So, to make that list, woo! If you played mono white and they had a dragon, you would lose in 5 swings the end. I mean, there was no way to deal with it. You couldn't force sack it. I think maybe Celestial Flare was legal at the time, but other than that, you could not stop that card. If you were playing white, you just simply lost. And against Miscutter Hydra, if you were playing blue, you just simply lost. And once again, okay, I think like Aether Spouts was legal. There was like 1 or 2 cards that could deal with it, but that's it. That's way too narrow. So they said they had really bad feedback from players about the whole, what opponent am I sitting down across from? Oh, they're playing that color by sheer random chance? I win. Like, oh, my deck has a huge natural advantage over them because they're playing such and such color. And then it just pushes people out of certain colors. So they said the whole mechanic was just toxic. It was too unfriendly, too unfair. And they didn't want this, like, rock, paper, scissors, it works or it doesn't crap. Because, that's basically like Blood Moon in Modern. One of the number 1 complaints from the top-level pro players is, oh, they put in Blood Moon and they either get it out and win and stop my combo completely, or they don't get it out and then I still win. And that's it. It's just binary condition. Boring as hell, stupid, not even fun to play. Well, there you go, pro colors. And cards like Boil, where they're just like, if you're playing blue, screw you, and there's like Forest Fighter 2 or something like that. Just get rid of all forests. It was all this 8th edition crap that honestly still should be banned in Modern, even though almost nobody plays it. I mean, Boil stops what? Merfolk? Like, that's it. So, like, nobody plays it, but it's still horribly unfair. See, that's where we disagree on our philosophies on what to ban. I would ban it based on how unfun and unfair it is, not based on how popular it is or how many decks it wins in. But their philosophy is minimize the number of times we have to ban anything, at all, at any cost. So whatever, agree to disagree, right? I mean, except that they're wrong, but other than that, agree to disagree. So they've completely eliminated protection from colors from the game, just about, unless they had, like, they really need to have an answer for blah, then they'll put protection from whatever on it. And at that point, it probably won't be like protection from, like a chroma where it's like, what, red and black or whatever. It'll be, protection from zombies. Something so stupidly specific that it's just like, oh, this is the counter card for zombies because zombies looks out of control. Okay, game balancing. And I believe the article they wrote actually said, yeah, it's for game balancing. Like, we won't print it as a feature, oh, look, cool card, I want to play with that, as a wide open, maybe somebody build a deck. They want it to just be an answer, and that is it. So they've deemed protection from colors to be too toxic to the game to print on a regular basis, and yet they let people cast spells for free. Free casting needs to go. It needs to join that group, and they've eliminated more than a couple. Phyrexian Manny, I think they're ever going to print that again? Oh, hell no. Not unless they want to burn down the company for the insurance money, which I do believe you have to literally, physically do to get the insurance money. You can't just bankrupt yourself and then claim it was business losses. If, like, the president and CEO or whatever and board of Hasbro, like, learns to play Magic, goes to F&M and gets beat by Mardu vehicles 5 rounds in a row, and then decides to destroy Wizards of the Coast as a branch, they would do it by reprinting Phyrexian mana in the next set. That is how toxic that mechanic is. It's a bit of a hot button issue with the staff, okay? So I've heard, so the rumor is. It's right up there with returning to Kamigawa right after Hell freezes over. I think it's more likely that Amonkhet is Kamigawa and it was destroyed by Nicol Bolas just so that they can say it's destroyed and we can never come back to it in the storyline without time travel. Okay, that's more likely than returning to Kamigawa. Okay, reprinting that moon crazy planeswalker lady, that's as close as you're gonna get. So, I mean, in general, would I have done things differently? Yes, I would have banned just the cat. That's it. Just clean it up, get rid of the combo. I know it would practically leave just Mardu vehicles, and that's it. So it would lower the variety, but I think Mardu vehicles is about to get destroyed by my Amonkhet anyway, but then so is the Felidar cat combo. So it's like, okay, I kind of follow their logic on that. But then again, what's the impact of, instead of people losing $18 smuggler copters times 4, they lose a 50-cent stupid uncommon cat that has no use outside of the combo. Oh no, I lost $2. Get over it. And people playing that crap know it's broken. They know the staff told them it's broken, it was an accident. They know the deck's on the chopping block and it could get banned at any time. If they still complain over their $2 lost, like, shut the hell up. If they banned it, which I still think they will in a couple weeks, June, what is it, 14th, something like that, and somebody comes up to me, they broke my combo, it's so unfair, they nerfed my deck, Wizards is the worst. I will punch them right in the face. I mean, how do you get to be that much of a self-centered, clueless dick? I mean, seriously. That's almost certifiable at a psych ward at that point. You know you're playing broken crap. You know that. It's just like the turn 2 Emrakul Fuse cards. Oh no, they changed the rules and ruined my deck. It's so unfair. Screw you. Turn 2 Emrakul's unfair. Shut the hell up. Annihilator 6 on turn 3? Shut the hell up. You don't deserve to be unhappy. You built the damn deck. You knew damn well what you were doing. Freaking net deckers, dude. Seriously, some of them, they're so far gone, they're like past SJW territory, like when it comes to logical processing. So that's what I would have done. It sucks that we have to wait until June for them to fix the state of standard, because it's about to get way worse. I don't think Amonkhet truly fixes anything, because here's the thing. Yeah, you've got like a red X destroy X target artifacts. There goes Torrential, there goes Dynavolt, okay? And honestly, there goes Aetherworks Marvel. You can even hand pick Aetherworks Marvel and Dynavolt and the Torrential Gear Hulk out of somebody's deck on turn 3 with a surgical, Infinite Obliteration clone. It's Infinite Obliteration, but except for creatures, it's artifacts. So that is the most blatant Kaladesh killer I've ever seen. So is it enough to stop red, white, blue draw? Could they just throw in an Oblivion Sower instead of a Torrential? Absolutely. Goblin Dark Dwellers? Absolutely. That deck isn't dead enough, but you could jam Glimmering by name and then use Lost Legacy to get rid of Anticipate. And then they've basically lost the game at that point. It's a bit of a stretch, but if enough people do it, I think the deck will go down in popularity. I think it might drop to like tier 1.5 at least. But then you've got like some, I'm swinging with a god 4 times, screw you, I'm going to counter everything you do, deck, and that's not going to be so nice either. And then any kind of Fate Foretold anything, I don't even care what you put it in, that's going to be broken. I mean, honestly, it's probably going right into red, white, blue draw, let's be honest. I mean, free Anticipates, free Glimmers, free Negates, free Counterspells, free Essence Scatters now. You can be tapped out and you can still cast them. So Dynavolt's dead, Torrential is no longer an option, and Aetherworks Marvel is absolutely gone. So that's cool, that takes out a lot of the annoying decks. Honestly, Mardu Vehicles doesn't use that many vehicles. But if you got rid of Heart of Kiran early enough, okay. I mean, the black card doesn't actually get rid of one that's on the field, but the red card does. You can maybe kill Scrap Heap as a pilot. You can't really do anything to stop the other pilots, though, or the crew, the typical crewers. They aren't actually literal subtype pilots, which is very funny, actually, if you think about it. So I think Standard's going to go right back off the deep end after Amonkhet comes out. From what I've heard, some whispers about some popular decks, yeah, there's some broken crap. I mean, nobody found a turn 4 infinite combo, but there's some pretty unfriendly to play against crap in the works. So yeah, that'll be fun. Will they issue an emergency ban before June 14th? Hell no. So we're going to have a month and a half of unplayable Standard. Can't wait. After that, if they want to still have a customer at this point, they will have to ban a whole bunch of stuff. I think one of the Gideons is going to be banned. I think that Heart of Kirin will be banned just in case. They might even have to take out Scrap Heap. Feladar's a given. That one's going to be gone. They might have to ban As Foretold, maybe. They could kind of just nerf it and make it a more appropriate slow late game power like it was intended. Maybe. But they'd almost have to get rid of like Anticipate and Glimmer and all the like draw, stall, counter, remove, which is how you buy yourself time. And then, like I said, some of the God decks that I've seen, oh my God. No pun intended, but they're just, they're disgusting. They are like Ensoul Artifact disgusting. Oh, I'm going to swing twice and Shrapnel Blast you. Screw you, I win. Those were fun decks. Those are my favorite. Red, white, blue, Shrapnel Bomb. So now, I said this was a no ban announcement. Well, nothing was banned in Modern, which was a gargantuan mistake. Nothing was banned in Standard, which is exactly what everybody expected, including me, but still the wrong decision. Legacy, though. Everybody cares about Legacy and Vintage, right? Especially on my channel. In Legacy, they have outright banned Sensei's Divining Top. It's about damn time. If you're not familiar, it costs 1. It's an artifact, you pay 1, look at the top 3 cards in your library, then put them back in any order. Then, if you tap it for free, draw a card, then put Sensei's Divining Top on the top of its owner's library. So, if it's on the field and you got 5 mana, you can look at the top... well, it wouldn't be 15. You'd look at... actually, I don't even know how people use this. All I know is they stack the top of their deck with Miracles. So, in the Legacy Miracles deck, whatever the hell that is, because I just follow Legacy and Vintage net decks like my life depends on it. You guys know that. Whatever, it would put a bunch of Miracles on top, you'd draw them, and then, oh look, Miracle, and then you'd like blow up the whole board for 1 or whatever the hell. With Miracles just being reprinted, like as a mechanic, yeah, I could see why this got out of control in a hurry. Sensei's Divining Top was a mistake. It never should have been printed in the first place. It's about on par with Coco on the unfairness, which for some reason is still legal. Honestly, Coco really should be banned. Like, it's not that bad in Modern because Modern is just that broken to begin with, but it definitely should have been banned out of Standard, but then they took out Reflector Mage, so it's like, but Coco should have been the one to go. Also, honestly, I'd rather have Reflector Mage than Spell Queller, so I still don't think they made that decision correctly. Now, this one's funny. Vintage. Okay, Gitaxian Probe is now restricted because they didn't kick that card in the nuts hard enough. I mean, that card's got to be worth 50 cents at this point. I mean, there's almost nothing left to play it in. Commander, where, honestly, who would play it? And, well, Storm Commander, I guess. But it's still legal in Legacy for some reason. It's kind of weird, actually. But you can now have no more than 1 copy in Vintage. So now instead of a 56 card deck, you can run a 59 card deck. Because as we all know, it's just a free damn card. You pick it up, go, that's interesting, and then ditch it to the graveyard and pick up the card under it. Oh, and also you get to see your opponent's entire hand for free. That's especially broken in Legacy and Vintage, where in those formats, like for sure, your life total means next to nothing. Because everything's an infinite combo pretty much, or just an overpowered, I'm hitting you for 100 or just whatever. I mean, I'm sure there's like Legacy and Vintage Burn or something, but other than that, all I've seen is like infinite broken crap, or just like boosted broken double crap, or just whatever. I don't get that into those formats because they're way the hell too expensive, promote counterfeiting, and they're dumb. They're just not fun to play. I don't care if you disagree with me, whatever. And they've also restricted the card Gushed, which is unplayable garbage, but okay, well, let me read it. It costs 5, it's blue, it's an instant. Like, that's not even Modern good. Then, you may return 2 islands you control to their owner's hand rather than pay Gush's mana cost. Okay, free spell. It's almost like casting stuff for free is broken. I could have sworn somebody said that in the past. Then you draw 2 cards. That's it. I mean, you have to have 2 islands on the field, but I think it would, like, feed too much into a combo, I would assume. Like, as long as you can get the 2 cards that you need for your combo, then you don't need lands in play anymore. Also, the lands could have been tapped, and then if you didn't drop a land, you could take a tapped land, return it to hand, replay it, now it's untapped. So that is inherently broken by itself. I know that from playing the card Deprive. I mean, I have no idea what deck it was in. I would just guess that that's why they got rid of it. But somebody told me a Gush was banned from the Gush deck. So, all right. I mean, I guess that was the thing. I'm going to take a wild guess. That deck's not very playable anymore if it was called the Gush deck. I don't know. I don't even give enough of a crap to read what they said about why they banned it or what it went in. I could care less. Now, there was one of the dumber statements I've heard from Wizards trying to cover for the fact that they refused to actually fix Modern. They went from a sentence admitting that one deck is dominating and it's overpowered as hell to saying, well, deck diversity is good. We're also keeping an eye on color balance. First of all, you're doing neither, so shut the hell up. And secondly, who cares? Yeah, all those blue decks everybody plays in Modern, they don't give a crap about color balance, okay? There's like merfolks and fairies, that's it. Blue's a dead color that's used to draw your combo that's in a different color. Like, that's about it. Here's what really pisses me off, because this is such a lie. If there's an easy change to the banned list that could open up more decks in the future, we will examine it when other formats have less pressing needs. Where do I even start with a statement like that? More pressing needs. So instead, like, you have to focus so hard on not banning a damn thing from Standard that you just didn't have the staff or the manpower to thoroughly examine Modern. What a load of crap. Hey, I know, maybe since you just printed Modern Masters 2017 edition, you could take a little look at Modern and see if it's as broken as we all know it is. Then we got the first part of it. If there's an easy change, you say the card is banned. What do you mean easy? We banned this. What's hard about that? They act like they gotta run an obstacle course and dig through a ball pit to find the card to ban it. You just say it's banned. Anyway, if there's an easy change to the banned list that could open up more decks in the future, you lying sacks of crap. I am so sick of every deck on planet frickin' Earth in Modern having to play around Ensnaring Bridge and Affinity. If you don't have Artifact Destruction, you're running tier 2 garbage and you stand next to no chance of winning because of those toxic frickin' decks. Then there's Storm, where you win if you have Enchantment Destruction or Life Gain. Well, actually, you kind of need both. Or you lose because they're going to hit you for too much and you can't get rid of Pyromancer's Ascension. Whoops. Oh, I love to run this deck, but it doesn't do anything to stop Living End, so I guess I can't run it. Oh well. Yeah, there is some stuff holding back the diversity that could, quote, open up more decks in the future if it was, quote, an easy change to the ban list. It's an easy change. Ban like 3 cards, get rid of those 3 decks, bye-bye, now people can actually play Modern, thanks. Plus, as they themselves have admitted, it's impossibly boring to watch Modern competitively on stream, which is why they're basically no longer streaming it. It's so dull, it's so repetitive, it's so boring, it's so solitaire, the games are so fast, they're so predictable, nobody comes up with anything new. Honestly, even Death's Shadow wasn't that new. They're trying to play it up like it's God's gift to the format, but it's always been around. That's like if you know, tomorrow Black Devotion takes over, which I predict it will sometime in the next 2 years. Oh, it came out of nowhere. What diversity? No, people are playing it right now. It's a damn good deck. It's honestly tier 1.5 at this point. The problem is, there isn't a black card in the game that gets rid of an artifact. Not in Modern. Not one damn card. That is holding it back. If you automatically lose to Affinity, you are not going to go to a Grand Prix and win. You're just not. Okay, the last bit of BS at the end is some paragraph saying exactly what I said, and I actually didn't read this ahead of time. I just know the game, and I know Wizards pretty well too. Blah, 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 we're watching the interaction between Felidar and Saheeli Rai, as well as the dominance of Mardu decks featuring Heart of Kiran. We have not seen the movement of the format we had hoped for. Dynavolt Tower. Oh, excuse me, allergies. Boy, you thought my new pills were helping, but I guess not. Blah, 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 Grand Prix something, latter half of the season, blah, who cares? We believe we need to gather more data, particularly with an eye towards the effect on the Amonkhet, or the effect of Amonkhet on the Pro Tour. Duh, everybody knew that. Duh. I would have killed Saheeli just on principle, but like I said, they don't do that. If they killed cards on principle, Boil wouldn't be legal. By the way, they're also lying. They banned eggs just on principle. It was just too annoying to play against. Simple as that. So I guess they do ban stuff on principle, or I should say they used to. Now they don't. Now they just don't give a crap about what their customers think. Oh, is the game not fun anymore? Well, too bad, because we ban things as a last resort. We're not about fun. We're not about, you know, customer retention. We're about a diversity at the Pro Tour. And then I guarantee some PR douchebag wrote this. We need to let the players loose on this format and hope things turn out well. Oh, they won't. You just printed as foretold and a bunch of OP God cards. They ain't going to work out. Sorry. Gideon has an emblem that says you literally can't win the game. It's not going to work out. When you, quote, let loose some people on the format, they're going to build a bunch of broken crap because you gave them a bunch of broken crap. And when you take a bunch of broken crap and glue it together, you get a big old sticky ball of glue-filled crap. Is that like a surprise to them at this point? Because it's been happening in the last 3 releases. Oh my God, these idiots never learn. They seriously live in their own little world on their own little planet where every decision they make is proper and there's nothing wrong with the game. Or at least the things wrong with the game aren't as easily fixable as we all clearly see them. And don't say, oh, well, they work there and they do it full time. We're just the players we don't know. They don't even play the damn game half the time. We know what we're talking about. Like, if they want to say they know what's best for the players, we're the players. We know what's best for us. We're the ones playing the damn game every single Friday. If I don't want to play against Felidar Sovereign combo because it's too toxic and 5 of my friends refuse to show up to FNM because of it, I'm right and Wizards is wrong. The end. So this idiotic decision to let stuff like this through on a consistent basis, not ban Coco, not ban Siege Rhino, not ban Thoughtseize, not ban Ugin, not ban anything. Aetherworks Marvel, which, I mean, okay, arguably they got rid of Emrakul. Okay, whatever. 1 down. Maybe it's time to get some new staff in the R&D department. Maybe. And by maybe, I mean it's way the hell past time. And also, by the way, definitely. By the way, the whole announcement article was written by Aaron Forsyth himself. I could tell before I even read that footer. So I'm probably going to be playing a different format until June 14th it would be. That's the next ban announcement. I mean, at least they say we're watching it closely. We know these 2 decks are overpowered. We're hoping that somebody fixes it for us by evening it out with a variety of decks. Yeah, well, me too, but I don't like the power level of Amonkhet as it looks, and I'm a pro deck builder, so yeah, it doesn't bode well. So anyway, what do you guys think about the ban announcement? I mean, are you surprised by it? Because I'm not. I mean, I knew they weren't going to ban anything in Standard. I honestly thought they would get rid of something in Modern just to kind of slowly chip away, and I really thought it was Living End or Ensnaring Bridge. I mean, as soon as Ensnaring Bridge comes out, you just can't play Magic. It's not even a combo. It's just a toxic pile of crap. I really thought they were going to pull the trigger on getting rid of that. I really did. Legacy and Vintage, I guess I'll say I was surprised because I just don't give a crap and I don't follow any of that, and people who play it have mental problems. Oh, by the way, casual Vintage and Legacy is funny as hell, though. Like, competitive scene, it's a joke, but casual is actually quite fun. Oh, and Vintage and Legacy Draft, of course, and Cube. So that's your bad news for the day. Everybody saw it coming, and I have given an entire documentary at this point, pretty much a podcast I'd call it at this point, about why they're wrong, why they've been wrong, what they've been doing wrong, and the whole history of why we're in the situation we are. So, yay, congratulations. I'm going to hand you an invisible virtual degree. You are now smarter than their entire R&D department. Like, just from watching this video, if they sat down, had a board meeting, and watched this whole damn video end to end, and then took my advice and fixed it, the game would be fixed. Like, oh God, it's mind-blowing. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm just so disgusted with the state of it, but I have to add, they got so much flack from pro players. So many of them are assuring them that they're never going to show up to the Pro Tour because it's just a joke. I mean, nobody knows what to build an Amonkhet. Half the people are just going to show up with an even more powerful version of the 2 decks that are out right now. They're just saying, this isn't fun. It's toxic. I hate playing it. I hated the last couple GPs. I hated the last Pro Tour. I'm not going to show up for this. I'm giving it a skip. So look forward to that. When the people who play Magic and live Magic and their career is Magic and they have sponsorships and they make money by going to tournaments are saying that they're not going to even attend the tournament because they can't take it anymore, maybe it's time to fix something. Maybe just a little bit, Wizards. Just a little bit. I'm going to end the video before I have a damn stroke. See you guys next video.